Hello and welcome to another Lincolnshire Police Authority Question Time. I'm joined by the Chairman of Lincolnshire Police Authority, Councillor Barry Young, by his Vice Chairman, John Cook, by the Deputy Chief Constable, Neil Rhodes, and by Chief Superintendent Russ Hardy. And the idea is that we're going to answer your questions about the policing of the county of Lincolnshire. Let's start with a question from a young lady aged 17 from Cannock in the Lincoln area. She says, as a young person, I don't feel safe in the city centre at night. What are Lincolnshire Police doing to change this?
City centre problems are not new. It's not just in city centres. We've got large towns right across this county where we want people to be able to go out at night, have a sensible, sociable drink and feel pretty safe and in fact be safe. We're working very hard at that. In Lincoln, and that's specifically where this question is about, we've just reshaped our policing services over the past year, and we've created an area team specially for the Lincoln city centre. But problems in city centres aren't just policing problems, and what we are doing is working very closely with the Community Safety Partnership and with other agencies, particularly such as the County Council, to address these issues. Every Friday and Saturday night, every bank holiday or whenever there are special events, we run what we call a Safe in the Cities programme, where we put extra officers on the beat, out there, highly visible, to reassure and also to take very firm control of any disorder or difficult situations that arise. So we're confident that we're very much on the ball.
Russ, can I turn to you? You're divisional commander on the coast, so you have a huge influx, obviously, of holidaymakers. The population doubles or even triples in your area. Does that present any special problems of safety for young people?
No, not at all. It creates us issues, but certainly, there's nowhere within the county, town or city centre, there's nowhere in Lincolnshire where you can't go and have a safe night out, in my opinion, in Lincolnshire. And we work extremely hard, particularly it's not just the East Coast but Boston as well for me. We work hard all year round with the local authority in terms of licensing, in terms of where the fast food outlets are, additional taxes, street pastors, looking at CCTV if necessary, trying to design out issues and being involved at planning stages for new pubs. So there's a lot of work gone into all of that. But in terms of on the coast, we're really well supported by our special constables as well. Recently we did Operation Nova, where we had additional support at the Easter Bank holiday from across the force. So we're geared up to it. It presents its challenges, I won't lie about that, but we're certainly in a position to cope with it, and I would encourage everybody, don't feel intimidated or feel unsafe, because it is a safe place to go out.
Russ, you mentioned special constables, and in fact we've had questions about exactly that, special constables, but particularly PCSOs. And I know that the police authority have views on PCSOs, police community support officers. Basically, the questioner, Mr. Wern, says, do they have enough powers to deal with incidents in communities? I'll come to you, if I may, in a moment, gentlemen. You both obviously represent communities in your private life and on the police authority. Do you get a sense that the people that you work among, live among, think that PCSOs don't have enough powers?
Yes, I think that's broadly true. But as with perception and reality, there's a yawning gulf. Statute gives the potential for PCSOs to be given all sorts of powers, and what you have to do when you're allocating the powers locally is ensure that by giving more and more and more powers, you're not turning them into, for example, traffic wardens. I'd hate to see them used as traffic wardens, except in extreme cases. But dare I say it, traffic wardens are not the most popular people on earth, and I don't want PCSOs turned into traffic wardens, not least because they're used largely as the ears and eyes of the police. They're a sort of bridge, if you like, between the police and what's going on in the community, and people trust them. They will come to them and talk to them and give them some clues as to who it might be who's doing this, that and the other around the village. So let's not destroy that and let's achieve the right sort of balance.
John, I mean, again, quite a few of the members live in rural areas. I mean, this is a very rural county which has particular problems and pressures. Do you get that sense also that PCSOs are the eyes and ears of the force, and that they are integrated into the communities in which they serve?
I think they're integrated definitely into the communities they serve. I think more importantly, I would look at it from the opposite side of the mirror, insofar as they are there to assist the communities, and they help the communities. They've integrated into the communities. They're known within the communities, and there is a huge measure of trust that's grown. I recall when they were first introduced, I think it's policing on the cheap, and it was definitely introduced in Lincolnshire not to be policing on the cheap. It was bought in for a real reason and a real need. And that need is being served. More and more people are saying community support officers are absolutely great. They are part of our community, we know them. You know, the only criticism I have ever heard is you've just moved ours on, because they've moved on to something. We've just got to know our neighbourhood beat team completely, and our PCSOs left, you know, and let's hope the next one that comes in is as good. So far, they have been. So I think fears are being assuaged.
From a force point of view, Neil, it must be difficult to strike the balance between people who are regarded as, you know, friends, members of the community. They don't have that many powers, but hey, we can talk to them and we can tell them our problems. If the PCSOs were given more powers, do you think that in a way, and I'm sensing this might be a fear, that in a way it might distance them from the communities?
Community support officers are not police officers. They don't have the power to arrest people, to take their liberty. They've got a limited range of powers to help regulate traffic and issue fixed penalty notices in certain circumstances. But as Barry said, they're the eyes and ears of the police service. I think probably what's more important these days is they're the voice too. They're our ambassadors. Police community support officers will be out there for almost all of their shift, engaging with members of the community. And I wouldn't want to see them spending a much larger proportion of their time dealing with regulating traffic, for example, certainly not being some sort of pseudo-traffic warden. What we really want and what we really appreciate, and really more importantly what the community tells us they appreciate, is the opportunity to sit down, have a chat, engage with the police community support officer, knowing that they can access policing services through that individual. And of course, if that PCSO needs some help or support, at a touch of the radio button, you can soon have a police constable there with them. We think we've got the balance right. We've got just under 150 community support officers to our 1,200 police officers, and that really has become an invaluable aid to us in delivering our goods on the streets of Lincolnshire.
So the balance just about right. 150, did you say, PCSOs?
Yes, 149 PCSOs.
149. And I know that, I think, is it 49 of those are funded by the County Council?
That's right, yeah, in
so,
conjunction with the County Council.
Right, so everyone seems to be in favour of PCSOs and leave them just as they are at the moment. Well,
I think we've always got to be alert to how we can use people better, how we can communicate better with our communities, but it's working well at the moment.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, gentlemen. Thank you. You can, of course, see our chat again on the Police Authority website. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye-bye.